Yo, what's good guys? So Valve has essentially fixed movement for the most part. I'm not going to say they fully fixed movement because it's still kind of scuffed, but we'll get into that. Alright, so an update got pushed today where they changed the way that your bhop is read based on a subtick. So essentially, to me it sounds like a subtick is a tick and that their whole subtick system is maybe just like a glorified 64 tick server with a bunch of hoopla attached to it, but anyways, that's aside the point. So what they did was made it so that bhops get read at the end of a subtick instead of the beginning, which makes it supposedly easier to calculate when your jump is supposed to happen, I guess. Another thing that they changed was a bug where your jump penalty would accumulate even though you're not pressing your jump bind. So if you don't know what this means, it basically means that when you're jumping, if I just continue jumping, I'm in a jump penalty state. So I'm going to get slower and slower, and my jumping is going to be lower than I would if I just ran and jumped. One thing to note is that hitting perfs is a little bit more scuffed. That's the one thing I'm noticing, is that it's actually really hard to hit perfs now. And I'm using a config, so I shouldn't really be having problems hitting perfs, but it does feel a lot rougher hitting perfs, so I don't know really the best method for hitting perfs anymore, or maybe there's like a new config that needs to be made, or maybe not using a config. There's still some ironing out and figuring out what the best move is for the game, but that's the one thing I noticed, is that hitting perfs is a lot harder to do. But at least your jumps get read. So if you set your FPS to 64 as your max cap and then you start bhopping, pretty much every single jump that you get is going to be a perf. Now, if this sounds familiar, because it is familiar, when CS2 was in beta a long time ago, you could set your FPS to 30 and every single jump that you would do would be a perf. So we're kind of back in that era now where if you cap your FPS, every single jump that you do is going to be a perf. So don't let me stop you from having some fun with this, as you know, zooming around the map does feel pretty good, but I can guarantee you that this is going to be patched out pretty soon. And especially with how fast they've been pushing updates, like I've made 3 videos in 3 days, it's probably going to be gone pretty soon, but have fun with it while you can. So binds kind of work. The long jump bind sometimes works. I'm getting it there every single time, but I have had it not read, so that is something to note. The long jump bind is kind of cooked for now, but everything else functions just right. So let's see, yeah, so that was a jump bug bind to get up on there. So the jump bug bind works, and you can do all the inputs with it and stuff, and you're not going to lose any. So yeah, we're like back, we're cooking. So one thing to note is that we're definitely not in the final form. There's definitely a lot of things that need to be ironed out, and people are going to be figuring out kind of maybe like a new config or the best way to navigate all these changes. So I will probably be making another video, but I just wanted to kind of shout to the world that this is fixed for now, and we're definitely in the best state we've had in the past week when it comes to movement. So get out there, gamers. I'm sure I'll see some of you guys in lobbies. Yeah, let's get back to it, boys.